Good morning. Today I want to pay tribute to someone we all know, someone who's had an influence on every single one of our lives. In fact, that someone is sitting in this classroom right now. Today I will pay tribute to the procrastinator. I chose this topic because it is something we are all familiar with. Raise your hand if you have ever been the procrastinator. Good. Fine. I'm not going to address that now. I'll do that later in my speech. Procrastinator can be described in several ways. He is diplomatic. He can be found all over the world, on every continent, and is known for being especially prominent on college campuses around the globe. The procrastinator is versatile. He can be a sheep. He can be Asian, African American, Caucasian, Hispanic, and many more things. He can be fat, skinny, ugly, pretty, tall, or short. It's pretty darn versatile. Finally, I would have to say the procrastinator is hardworking. Many people may scoff at the idea thinking, hardworking, yeah right. But it takes hard work to write a research paper the night before to do. In that sense, I would also say the procrastinator is often even miraculous. That's right, miraculous. Somehow, he always has that 20-page paper ready to turn in the next day. Somehow, the night before the final exam, he finishes reading all 15 chapters, which he should have been reading throughout the semester. However, the flaw in this miraculous ability is that it cannot guarantee an A or even a passing grade. Nevertheless, it is still amazing that in a single night, he can finish a semester's worth of reading or researching. These are just a few characteristics of the procrastinator. But let's be honest. We've all been a procrastinator at one time or another. There are often times when we say, to quote the character Scarlett O'Hara from Gone with the Wind, I can't think about that right now. I'll think about that tomorrow. Time passes, and in what seems like a blink of an eye, tomorrow turns into today. Time passes, and in what seems, we're bewildered as to how that massive history final or that analysis of Plato's Republic managed to sneak up on us. What do? While we go through the same routine we went through 2 weeks ago for the first test, of course. This routine, more commonly known as cramming, is so familiar to some of us that it's almost like a sacred ritual. We fill our large thermos with either coffee or some other energy drink. We then grab some snacks to put in our book bag along with our books. Finally, we make that familiar trek to the library. Upon arriving at the library, we sit down to the computer and open multiple tabs on the internet browser. It is the website on one of those tabs that is the villain behind at least 80% or more of our procrastination. You guessed it. Facebook is practically the procrastinator's Bible. It also goes without saying that our cell phone charger is a necessity. Our cell phones and TV shows like House and Gossip Girl make up the rest of our procrastination time not spent on Facebook. After working through the night and into the morning, despite the reality, we conclude our routine with the statement, I am never doing that again. I'm going to start early next time. Many people view the procrastinator in a negative way, which is understandable. However, he enjoys benefits that those people may not realize. Many of those who look down upon the procrastinator are those who studiously read their textbooks throughout the semester, finish the assigned homework problems, start doing the research months before the paper is due, and study every single night. However, along with studying diligently all semester, they also stress themselves out all semester. On the other hand, however, the procrastinator enjoys the benefit of a carefree semester of fun and relaxation with only one night and early morning, sleep is an understood sacrifice, of intense stress toward the end of the semester and is able to finish a paper that took others weeks to complete. Another benefit the procrastinator enjoys is popularity and ease of making friends. As he passes by someone on his way to the printer and gives them a smile, a special bond is formed that only those who are in the library at 4 in the morning can understand. Although no words are spoken, they both know that they share in the despair of a very difficult task. Later, he may see that same person elsewhere, and they say, Hey, weren't you in the library last night? Voila, a new friendship is made. Sometimes friendships are even made when the caring person walking by him gently wakes him up because he has fallen asleep on the keyboard. A little while later, he returns the favor. another friendship is made. In conclusion, I have no conclusion. In a true tribute to the Procrastinator, I think maybe I will write it tomorrow. Thank you.